All right, welcome back to That's Not Real podcast. Episode
Injured
Angel.
version.
Episode Angels. We need some Angels because our entire Jet team is injured.
I'm supposed to be like Angel Wings. I'm an angel.
So, been gone for a little while. For those of you that miss us, welcome back. This week is going to be a short episode, and the thing I want to talk about, and she doesn't even know about, but I mentioned it earlier.
That always plays well.
Things that need to stop.
Oh, there's a lot of those.
Right, well, we only got so much time, so I'm going to start. Restaurants need to stop adding admin fees and service fees to bills for simply eating there. I think I mentioned this at one time earlier. If a place does this, we need to put them out of business. I'm not much for, what's the word? Boycotting places. But any restaurants, we cannot allow this to happen to our society. We cannot allow just $3 or $4 added onto every bill every single time.
Well, I mean, that's basically what happened with every ounce of food. Like, because that's the only thing that makes sense of why food grew like 800 times.
Right, but at least then I can look at the grocery store and be like, oh, this pound of hamburger for some reason is $20. I'm not getting this. They wait until the end. There's not even a sign saying the admin fee. Like, we asked Blaze and, okay, really good food, and it's the admin fee. It's like, what is this? Oh, it's because we didn't change prices. What? What do you mean? Everything's market. In market, first, you don't eat seafood. Market is like whatever the price is based upon that time is what they're supposed to charge. So you can charge more based upon the various seasons.
Yeah, well, that's...
So restaurant owners are now just adding money onto bills. That's just makeup. It's like, oh, here's Bitcoin charge. It's fake money that they're just taking in.
Well, I mean, maybe that's why a whole bunch of people are just not working nowadays, because they're just making fake money that they're not telling us about. I ever feel like you're missing something? Like,
I think people are working 2 jobs.
I think they're going to need to start working 3 or 4.
It's not enough hours. I mean, it's just not... Like, I don't know. I know my grocery bills are, like... It used to be... I would go once a week and I'd pay, like, $120. And now it's, like, that same amount of groceries I can't afford. So I buy stuff at BJ's, so it's a little hard to vary now. But when I'm just grocery shop at a grocery store, it's... The amount I leave for my carriage for the price is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even... Obviously, I spend more than you do because there's 4 of us.
Godspeed.
But you get things and you leave, you're like, there's no way. I never used to question the receipt. I look at it occasionally.
Yeah, now you're like, did they overcharge me for something?
I look at the receipt now and I'm like, that's probably how you found the service charge. You're like, wait a minute, this ain't right. Like,
well, no, the main reason we found a service charge, and Cindy and I played this game, it doesn't make any difference. We see whose meal is cheaper. That's just it. Like, it's just a little game. Sometimes I win by like a penny. It's like, hey, I won, my meal is cheaper. And I'm looking at it like, what is this for?
First we got to stop having your dog eat my water bottle in the middle of our podcast.
Well, it's better than eating me.
Depends who you're asking.
Yeah. So that was my stop. Random fees added, like cable companies have done it forever, and now look where we are. We cannot allow restaurants to do this shit. We need to stop it.
I feel like I'm not allowed to comment on that last piece. I feel like it's no. I mean, I agree with you. All these hidden everything, it's just it's too much. It doesn't make any sense.
I honestly feel like if I died today, they would come and charge me a fee to die.
Well, I want to get in. All right, if we're going, this is going to be the venting version.
Venting stuff that needs to stop.
You can't sell products and then say no returns allowed when that product doesn't work. So
you can't even exchange?
No. So I bought something from Spirit of Halloween. Who I might have
because they're selling garbage stock.
I might have endorsed you in the past, but now, fuck you. I hate you. Because I bought this inflatable costume, put it on my son yesterday for a trunk or treat, and within, I'd say 5 minutes of him waddling around in this little costume, all of a sudden we hear the fan like take it apart. It's junk.
What's that sound again?
No, I got it. I got it. Ironically, I have it, and this is something to our generation. What do? We make it work somehow, some way. So today I took the fan from another one that I had from last year, tore that off that costume.
Did it work?
And replaced it, yes, temporarily. Now, I still had to get him a second Halloween costume because my guess is 2 minutes starting to walk.
So they won't even exchange for
No, it
products.
says it right when you buy it. No returns or exchanges allowed. They won't even when I bought one, they won't even let them try on the mask to see if the mask fit because it's in the bag. They're like, no, you can't take it out the bag and try it on. Why would we allow that?
No, I'm saying so now they're selling defective products.
Yeah.
And they know because it's just old stock and there's...
Yeah, and I'm fully convinced. And it's not like Halloween costumes, again, going with everything else. They're like food. It's not like they cost $20 because it's not like they know you're going to wear it one time in your whole existence. It's made of $5 worth of fabric at most. But they cost like $60 for these costumes now for a little kid's costume. Like, it's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I don't... I agree. That's another...
Yeah, that's another... So... all these people just doing these immoral things. How about we just have morals again?
I think it's funny. You're starting to hate more people. You're coming to my side.
I am. But there's a lot of people I like. But
no, there is. But there is. But you are starting to come to my side of... it's starting to annoy you. It's starting to beat you down just a little. I'm
starting to hate society a little bit. Guys, just stop the nonsense. I like... It's just... Again, to what you're saying, it's all the hidden stuff or ways to just take money for no reason.
It is. It's just like we're gonna sell you something.
I did this, and sometimes you never know what's gonna happen. But you go to places and you kind of walk in. You're like, all right, is this the place that's gonna be normal? It's kind of like every place became that car company or that car mechanic that you used to fear if you don't know cars. Well, I can't bring it here because, my car's going to be jacked up after I leave. And if you don't know anything about cars, it's almost like someone saying, you know what? That's been working really good for mechanics. Let's try that shit. People don't look at the receipts. Let's just add a charge on there and see what happens.
Yeah, no one keeps it. They can't argue anymore. So, back to the restaurant thing. I ordered something that I've always ordered all the time. It was a sub and add fries. Fries have always come with it. Now it says chips, and she charged me $4. Now, there might be like a dollar charge for fries that they've added. She goes, well, even if you order a side of fries, it's $4. So as I said, so a side is the same price as the regular. So why would I just get the sub with chips and order a side of fries?
Well,
she wouldn't go get the menu. It was like I just looked at Cindy and she knew. I was so pissed because there's only a couple $, but it's the fact of she didn't know what she was doing. Instead of fixing it, she just tried to lie to me and say, that's our policy, it's what we do.
Well, I mean,
so it's an $18
here's
sub.
one that I've kind of learned. So McDonald's I still obviously go to and stuff like that. I know you've kind of given
Well, I tried to get a boo bucket, but I couldn't have it.
So I go there, and I've learned, don't just go there and order food. It's more expensive. You have to order through their app. So if you pull into so I end up pulling into the parking lot so I can order through their app, and they always give me I always get these things if you get a 20 piece, you can get 2 free.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
2 free fries.
I use
but they're
McDonald's app
do you want the small or the medium? They're the same price. I'll take the medium. I was like, who are these people not taking? Maybe I'm greedy or something like that, but I want my money back for what you're charging because it never used to cost that much. But there's a 30% difference in price just from using the app. So obviously they can charge less. They just don't want to.
Yeah, no, so we're going to a Celtic festival next weekend. And they say, hey, if you buy tickets online ahead of time, it's $12. At the gate, it's $20. Okay, you're trying to get people to buy them ahead of time in case they don't show up. However, there's a $4 processing fee if you buy the ticket online.
So it just ends up being
it's $60. So what do you mean a processing fee? It's all the internet. Stop. You're just making stuff up.
Yeah, it's there's... it costs them money to do these things. No, you're charging me to take my money. We get that, so I do the Regal unlimited pass so you can see movies, although who knows how much longer I'll do it, because I never have time to go see the movies. But it was actually a really cool deal, but when you book your ticket ahead of time, they charge you, it's something stupid, it's 50 cents or $1. But it's see as many movies as you want. It's all included in this one price. Unless you book it through the app, and the same app that you have the pass, that you have to use the app in order to use the pass.
Yeah, it's just make up price. It's not even a lot of money.
Yeah.
But it's the point that it's just adding up. So race directors need to stop canceling races at the last minute. Okay, I understand we're in Bar Harbor and a hurricane came through, so they had to cancel the 5K. All right, there was literally a hurricane going on. Minnesota recently, a race director canceled the marathon the morning of because it was heat. They knew the temperatures all week long, He said so. People traveled to Minnesota, flew there, paid for hotels, all the stuff, and the morning of, he said it's too hot for you guys. And people are like, let us run. If we die, we die. You know, like whatever. It's I don't know. We'll sign a waiver that says we understand it's really hot. It was like 85. It wasn't even that extreme. Like I've done races in Arizona.
Just run in the
that were
same
hotter.
place anyway.
Well, it was in the city. I'm like, so I can run in Arizona in 95 degree heat, but you can't run in Minnesota in 85 degree heat. And you can't. But what race directors have learned, some of them are what they're doing, is they're just charging and then they're canceling because they learned during COVID, I can cancel and I just keep the money.
Yeah, and then all the local businesses still get the hotel money. Still, it's all about the money. But man, that shit is weird.
Yeah, there's actually one that's starting to look into fraud because he's done this like 3 or 4 times. It's weekend long races, so he charges like $200 for the race. People have been flying in from other countries because it's a big weekend thing. And so he like canceled it like 3 times. He's like, oh, when I get the money, I'll give it back. And he still hasn't given it back from 2 years ago.
He's never gonna give that back.
Right. So people are like, well, can we charge charges on this? Because he's obviously stealing money.
Yeah. So, what are some of the crazy things you've had to deal with? What are those surprises that people are charging? Let us know in the comments.
And before we leave, because the game's back on, I still think how to solve this is to allow people to punch other people in the face when they do stupid shit. Punch me in the face, that's fine. I won't do it again. But we need to go back to society where you can punch someone in the face when they spit on you.
Oh yeah. For certain things, like let's be honest, I want to say, and it feels a stupid thing because there's a lot of people who might disagree with what I consider very common sense nowadays. So be wary. If you think you're right and you punch me in the face, you may get punched back. I'm just saying.
I'm saying if the owner of the restaurant came out and said, I'm charging every table here $5 just for being in my restaurant, and I didn't let any of you know, well, that person might get punched in the face, and they're not going to do it.
It's that whole In Living Color. When we don't play that.
The clown who's home to clown.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. The quarterback. So we're watching the game. Jets have no offensive linemen. Giants have no quarterbacks. I almost bet the under. I should have. But, you know, I don't have a lot of money to bet, so. Might start putting
It's all going into service fees.
There it is. Oh, that's right. Darren Waller. Yeah, that's right. They had no tight ends either. All right, so we might see you next week. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully, YouTube stops blocking our channel because, you know, we said something that's not.
We'll get past it. So share this with all the people that you like or that you hate. Share it with everyone. Share it with someone you want to punch in the face. We'll start with that. All right.
This might be the game.